Hello everybody, welcome to our 24th Excel tutorial. Now as you can see on your screen, that is formatting a printed worksheet. This is what we covered in our previous video. I'll be leaving a link here for you to just take a recap and then see all what it is about formatting a printed worksheet. In today's segment, we'll be looking at working with charts and graphics. Working with charts and graphics. What is a chart in Excel? A chart is a graphical representations of labels and values. So basically, a chart is a graphical representations of labels and values. Or one can also go and say that a chart is a visual depiction of selected worksheet data. The range selected and plotted against each other are known as data series. So basically, the range that are selected and plotted against each other are known as data series. What are these range? These range are labels and values. So basically, that is just that. Now, there are variety types of charts. We have variety types of charts, or all those one will say, are we going to cover all these charts? No, we are going to just pick some and then talk about this. But here, I'll be leaving a link in the description below where you guys can just take a recap of all or more. Let's learn more about all these charts. Now, we have, as you can see, I have more or less some list of charts. We have the area charts, we have the bar chart, we have the column chart, we also have the donut chart. Surprise, huh? We have donut charts. We also have the flow chart, line chart, pie chart, stock chart, and so on and so forth. So these are, oh sorry, I have donut chart displayed 2 times, but hey, we have only one donut chart. We don't have 2 donut charts. So these are the types of charts we have. There are a variety of them, but we are going to just talk about some of them. So basically, that is just done. As I just said, I'll be leaving a link in the description where I'm going to describe some of the charts in the link, where you guys will just take a recap of what it's all about. So without wasting my time, let me switch to our worksheet for us to enter our labels and values, as we learned that a chart is a graphical representations of labels and values. So this is telling us that before you can plot a chart, you need to then enter your labels and values, then you can plot your chart. So let's begin then. So as I switch to my Excel screen, now to go ahead to plot my chart, as I just said earlier on, I need to enter my labels and values. So let me go ahead. You can hold on to Ctrl+A to select the entire worksheet. So then I'd like you to go ahead and then move to cell, look through the home ribbon. Under the fonts logical group, click on, how do you call it, the font section, and select a font known as Times New Roman. So basically that is just that, and press enter. Then after that, go ahead, come to the font size, click inside the font size, and I want you to go ahead and type just 14 and press enter. So here the case, I formatted my, how do you call it, my worksheet. And I remember I also talk about how you can set your worksheet with the default font size and the default what are fonts as well. And I'll be leaving a link here where you can just go back and take a recap of that. Okay, so basically that is. So let's begin by entering our labels and values. Because of time, I'll wrap it up to enter my labels and values. Okay, so as I switch to my Excel screen, as you can see, I just entered my labels and values. So you can just look at it and then also enter your labels and values. So you can see in cell A1, I type types of travelers, and then I decided the type of travelers in cell A3. I have students, you see them there. So these are the type of travelers, and then I come to cell B2, and I type my what's a reference to the type of traveling that I have, and then cell C2 also, these are the headings of the traveling. So basically that is just that. So you can adjust the column width of each travel. You can see that for the student, for instance, I mean the column has, the line has cut it off. You can just so that when I double click, it's going to adjust it to the type of travelers. For instance, when I bring the mouse pointer in between the A and the B and double click, for instance, you can see, but that's not what I want. I want it to just adjust to the travelers so that the travelers can be visible for people to see. So basically that is just that. So to do this, as we learned in our previous lesson, I'd like you to go ahead and then select cell A3. Let's say previous, don't mind me for that. So just want to cell A3. As I told you, you can just look through the home ribbon under the cells logical group, click on format, and then click on that is a row height, or column width, of course. So click on the column width and adjust the column width from the default column width is 8.43. So you should adjust it to probably, let's say 14, and then go ahead and click on OK, and then to adjust nicely. You see there, and then come to cell B2, do the same adjustment. For B2, you can just bring the mouse pointer in between the B and C here and double click so that it will adjust nicely. The same thing applies to cell C3, in between the D and the B. You double click on the grid line to adjust it. You do the same thing to cell D2, then double click to adjust it nicely. So after that, I like to enhance the appearance of my work, as I just said earlier on. So I'd like you to go ahead and do this for me. Select a cell range from cell, select cell A1 first, select cell A1, and then bold, click on bold cell A1. I'd like you to look through the home ribbon, okay, under the fonts logical group, click on bold, and you can see it is boldly there nicely. Go ahead and select a cell range from cell A2 to D5, and I'd like you to just move ahead. Let's do some formatting here. This is where we are going to plot our chart, but before then, select a cell range again from cell B2 to D2. Look through the home ribbon and click on B to both face your text. Still, you can see that still it has crossed. My carnival has closed, so I'll just bring the mouse pointer in between the D and the C and double click and double click again, and I have it there nicely. Do the same thing here, so I have it nicely, so that at least my worksheet will look nicely. So basically that is just that. You can just go ahead and highlight, select a cell from cell A1 to D1, look through the home ribbon, and then under the align logical group, click on merge and center, and then the work will be centered. And then now let's work on the values. With the values, I like to center all my values so that my work will look very, a little bit attractive. So go ahead, select a cell from cell B3 down to D3, okay. Then after that, I like you to go ahead and then click on center, and you see your work will be centered nicely. So basically that is just that. Now let's enhance it with borders, meaning we don't want to print with grid lines, but we want to go ahead and format the whole thing with borders. To do this, I'd like you to just select a cell from cell A1 down to D5, okay. Then I'd like you to just look through the home ribbon under the font logical group. So we have a button here, we call it what, button border, okay, button border. Or you can again also click on format and click on format cells, and then after that you go ahead and then click on borders and select inside border. But hey, to do this, we did this the last time. I'll be leaving a link here where you can just go and then take a recap of that. So to do this is another way which is very simple. You just have to come look through the home ribbon and the fonts logical group. Being a mouse pointer beside that is button border tab, click on the tasked arrow beside it, and I'd like you to click on all borders. So when you click on all borders, border will be surrounded with your work nicely. You can see it here very nicely. So that is just that. Let's go ahead by plotting our chart. So here we are going to plot a column chart or a column bar chart. So basically that is just that. So to do this, I'd like you to select a cell from cell A2 down to D5, okay. So these are the labels and values, as I just said earlier on, by saying that when talk about a chart is a graphical representations of labels and values. Now these labels and values, we talk about it way back in our introduction to Microsoft Excel, so you can take a recap. Don't worry, I'll be leaving all this link in the description below where you can just go and take a recap of all this. Okay, so basically that is just that. So after I've selected cell range from cell A2 to D5, I like you to go ahead and then just click on insert. So when you click on insert, you will see, when you look through the insert script, under the charts logical, you will see variety of charts. Okay, these are all your charts, and you can just do that. Or but if you want to display the chart wizard, bring the mouse pointer to the toggle button here where we have all charts, see all chart. When you click, a dialog box will display on the screen for you to see all the charts. Okay, you can see mine is processing, so these are all the charts. You can just, you see we have the random chart. You can also click on all charts here, and then all the charts will be listed here. So you have the pie chart, all the charts, and so on and so forth. So now I'm plotting a column chart, so I'll select my column. You can also select, these are all templates that are available with the chart. So I'll select my column chart, and I would like it to be a column 3D chart. So I'll select my kind of 3D. This very one is okay, it's not bad. So then to display my chart, then I'll go ahead and just click on OK, and automatically it will display here. So then I'll just carry it and bring it here, or I'll put it beside. Now let me put it at the side here so you can see both my work and then my chart. Now the chart I just plotted is known as charts objects. It's known as what? Chart object. The chart I just plotted right now is known as chart object. So chart object is a chart, or more or less a chart that is created within the worksheet. Okay, which is, you see your labels and values at the same time you'll be seeing your chart, so within. And then the chart object is when you create a chart, or more or less it's a visual depiction that, or it's an individual sheet which is being contained in Microsoft Excel. So basically that is just that. So now to title my chart, I can just bring, where we have title chart, I can just bring the mouse pointer here and double click here, and then go ahead and then type the title of my chart. So let me highlight on it, Ctrl+A to highlight, then I'll just type types of travelers nicely. Okay, so I have my types of travelers nicely. Basically that is that. So that is my chart's title. So I have my types of travelers as the heading. Now there's another thing I like us to then look at. You can also go ahead and change the layout. Don't worry, I'll be taking you through you creating the charts object, you switching it from chart object to charts sheets. Okay, now let me talk about something here. When you watch, you can see that automatically it is being labeled, the type of travelers type are being labeled here. You can see it here, and the names of the travelers are also being assigned to, you see here, with colors. You can also then enhance the colors also as well. For instance, when I click on this very color, you can see to select it randomly, because you see it here, then I can go ahead and just click on format. Now anytime you plot a chart or insert a chart, the charts display two tabs. Okay, we have the design and then the format. So as you can see here, we have chart tool, we have design and format. So I'll go ahead and click on the format tab. That gives me the formatting features to format my chart. So then I'll look through, how do you call it, my shape style, and then you see where we have fill. I'll click on shape fill, and I'll select my color. Of course, maybe red will be okay for me, and you see the entire section is red. When I select it down here, which is for fishing, or here you can see I can select any color representing it. So I can select probably, let's say yellow, or maybe gold, so kind of yellow, and then I'll select the last one, which is green. Okay, nicely. Okay, so I say, are you depicting our color? Okay, basically that is just, so I just click on OK for the green, and then voila, I'll just assign to automatically. When you want to change the colors, it will change, okay, for each type of the travelers, okay, students and fishing and so on. When I select color red, for instance, watch color red, which is for let's say color green will be okay for student. So student, for instance, when I select the color to, let's say, color black, automatically you can see here it will change here black. So basically that is just that. Now how can we switch this charts from objects to sheet, to chart sheet. Now to switch this from objects to chart sheet, what I'd like you to do is that click on the design tab. When you click on the design tab, look through the design ribbon under the layout logical group. Click on what we have, move charts. Now in point of time, a dialog box will display on the screen where you can see we have new sheet and then object. Remember the default is object, so you also just click on new sheet and then click on OK, and automatically it will what then switch to what to a chart sheet. Don't believe I'll be giving it, I'll be leaving the link in the or more. I'll be describing what really a chart sheet and a chart object is in the description, where you guys can just learn more of this. Now, so basically this is my my chart sheet. Now there's something again I'd like to talk about. Maybe you don't want the values here to be assigned to, you want to assign percentage to what to all the graphical representation so far as the travelers are concerned. To do this, you also to just go ahead again, look through the design ribbon. Okay, when you look through the design ribbon, now watch out for something very interesting where we have the quick layout. So when you look through the design ribbon under the chart layouts, okay, chart layouts, okay, now we have quick layout. Click on it and you see variety of layout templates. So when I select this very layout, or this one, when I set a mouse pointer to it, it will be showing, and you can see that the percentage are what assigned to each chart in that manner. Okay, anyhow you want it. Okay, so when I select the first one, for instance, you can see that previously the percentages are being assigned at the left hand side, okay, but now they are assigned within the charts, okay, or inside the block. Okay, so basically that is just that. So you can also go ahead and click on quick layout and select another method. You can see here, these are the layout here, nicely and nicely. So basically that is just that. So now someone may ask, so say if I want to switch again from objects, from chart sheets to objects, how will I go by it? It's just simple. What I'd like you to do again is the same thing. Look through the design ribbon under the location logical group. Location, click on move chart and go ahead and select chart object or objects in sheet, and then that means it's going to create an object in the sheet. Okay, when you click on OK, as you can see here, it has become an object in the sheet. So basically that is just that. Now, as I just said, this brings us to the end of our introduction to Microsoft Excel tutorial. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, and just watch out, keep on, leave your comments and tell me if this tutorial helped you. Okay, there are more tutorials coming up. As you can see, I'm your instructor, Prince Armstrong of Armstrong Computers channel. Okay, thank you, catch you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.